Broadcast Hippo, digital media.
Come on!
Broadcast Hippo, digital media.
Go and take pictures.
welcome to our buddy. It's our 13th episode.
Lucky 13.
13, y'all.
Should we have just gone from 12 to 14 and skipped 13? I don't know. You know how elevators do that kind of? Elevators.
Why would we skip a number?
Well, just because it's bad luck. It's bad luck, Dylan.
Unlucky
You say
number.
it's bad luck, but you guys say it's bad luck, but in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, they actually skipped the number 13 on their elevators. It's actually true. They do.
Quite a few buildings do that, actually. Yeah.
I know. All right, so it's 8 days until opening day, you guys. Is everyone getting excited? What's the matter?
What's ready, Big?
Yeah. So 8
I'm
days.
ready.
Yeah. All right. So, updated plans. I think we're going on Mother's Day. So it'll be a week from this Sunday. What about you, Dave?
Yeah, the plan is to go. It'd probably just be Saturday, though, because Sunday is Mother's Day. I want to spend that with Mom. So, yeah.
And what about you, Nicole?
I'm going on Sunday. Mother's Day. I'm the mom.
Oh, so
That's what I want to do.
That makes sense.
you get to choose. You get to choose where to go, and you choose Cedar Point. That's awesome,
Yeah.
Nicole.
Yeah. I do love my mom. She does not love Cedar Point, so she won't be there. But I think we're gonna do something on Saturday. So
Cool. All right, Michael. I muted you. Just jump in when you want to talk. But you are your background noise is way too much. I was giving me a headache. All right,
That's because I'm in my car trying to get to where I can stop. That's why.
okay.
I'm in my big honking 5.7 V8 Beast.
Oh, yeah.
That's what
I don't even know what that is.
background noise is. The Beast.
All right, I got you. All right, so we're adding
Where?
CP Bulldozer Watch 2022 to our Fence Watch. All right, give us what do you guys think? What is this thing? Dave, give us an update. What's going on?
I get we not only have Fence Watch, but we now have Bulldozer Watch, right? I mean, we've got two things to watch for now. Probably just clearing out the land, getting ready for whatever they're going to put over there. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait for them to start putting out some clues,
yeah.
build up the suspense a little bit, get people going.
Right, Donnie, we're talking about Bulldozer Watch 2022.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Yeah.
It's official. Our predictions were correct. They are working on the beach. The new edition is going to be beach oriented. I'm just kidding. So yeah. All right. I was watching.
Oh, I thought you were breaking news here, Donnie.
But I mean, that's what we've been talking about is we all think what we're going to do over by Wicked Twister, but it was weird to see a bulldozer cruising down the beach right outside a gatekeeper heading towards the Wicked Twister. You guys, seriously, if you could have seen me at work trying to get my phone out, like, I got to get this to the guys and gals. I got to get it to them.
I love it.
So what's up
I
with
missed
the
it.
bulldozer thing? I don't.
Could have been moving sand around. I know they groom the sand and all that every year, out there.
Yeah.
So, Dylan, there was a bulldozer out on. I'm glad you asked because maybe people don't know. There was a bulldozer spotted out on the sand over by where Wicked Twister was. So,
Yes.
What's on out there? I don't
And
know.
What's happening?
It was a Donnie P exclusive. So
Yes.
he was out
Yes.
scoping for the pod, and he found it, and he shared it with us, and now we're all drooling because I can't wait to.
You guys,
What's going to
did
go
you guys
there?
get the official photo of the bulldozer?
What's that, Dave?
Did you guys get the official photo of the bulldozer I sent?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Was it a Tonka truck or was it
Little Tykes, I believe.
Yeah,
Little
that's
place.
what I was thinking. A Tonka truck.
It's gonna. I don't know, man. I think everyone's just so excited about the upcoming season. Donnie, you know what day you're gonna go next week yet?
Not yet. I think we're either going to go up Saturday night or Sunday, but we'll definitely be there Sunday.
Okay.
How about you?
We're gonna be there Sunday. Nicole's gonna be there Sunday. Dave's going Saturday. He's thinking.
Dave, are you gonna stay through to Sunday or just Saturday?
Probably just Saturday. Sunday's Mom's Day. Gonna spend some time with her and that. And I know Sunday's a good day to go because the park is a ghost town typically on Mother's Day Sunday.
I know. So
Past
that's why I'm
experiences.
excited about going on Sunday.
No line.
No line.
Right on.
Go ahead, Nicole.
So a lot of the social media is talking about that it's actually not empty on Mother's Day. Have you guys been before?
Oh yes,
It's hit
I
and
know.
miss.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
on Mother's Day like the last probably 4 or 5 years straight.
Mhm.
And it's empty?
For the
It's not
most part,
empty,
yeah.
but it's not like packed. It's not like a normal.
Right.
I
Okay.
mean, opening weekend is always kind of, it's a medium type crowd. It's people like us that just can't
Just
wait. It's
waiting.
not like the regular Cedar Point fan, or that people that the summer people are still in school, so there's not a lot of real far traveling crews getting out there. So
And a lot of the
it'll be mild.
enthusiasts kind of stay away the first week or two because they know the puck is going to be working out all of its bugs.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
That makes
they're
sense.
still learning. So
Skeleton crew of employees.
Like Donnie said, you may want to make some food arrangement plans for the first weekend because Donnie was there and food was hard to come by, right, Donnie?
Yeah, last year I think I definitely think they're a little bit more prepared this year. Last year they just had no staff. I mean,
Right.
they had a choice to make: rides or food stands, and they chose rides. They got the rides going, and you just couldn't find food anywhere.
Well,
So,
Donnie, I'll give them credit though, man. Our first visit last year was horrible, like you said. I mean, the lines, there's hardly anybody working, but it was like a month between visits. We went back the next month, and it was like a total 360, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Everything was open, fully staffed.
Is the foreign staff back again this year?
Not that I'm aware of just yet. Now, but I've been hearing that they may come back, but I've also been hearing they may not come back. I can't confirm or deny it at this point.
Well, I'm surprised that I'm surprised that they wouldn't know by now, because I mean, to get foreign people here, it's a task. It's not like you can just jump on a plane. So my guess is, if we haven't heard that they are going to be for this year, I'm guessing that they're not going to be.
And it also
not sure what the
depends on
travel
what countries
restrictions
they're
are.
coming from. If that country's COVID restrictions are still in place,
Right. What were you saying, Dave?
so there's a lot of it's a lot of up in the air still.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael pretty much said it. It's travel restrictions. Different countries have different restrictions, and it's still a mess out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to say, so if you're trying to get food, you're trying to get some long nuggets, or AKA
Long nuggets. I love it.
it may be a little rough for you. So you may want to have some other food options just in case.
Yeah,
They-
drop
they-
some Lunchables in the cooler and leave it in the car. You never know.
Yeah.
Might
Yeah, we
just-
should
might
pack a cooler and just bring it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's talk about the lawsuit against Cedar Point.
what in the world are people thinking?
The season,
I don't get it.
I don't either.
the season pass lawsuit.
And it's not even for a full refund; it's for a partial refund. Like, so you're going through all this trouble of a lawsuit for like $50 or something like. It's like
Right? What?
Yeah. So this is what in legalese is called a frivolous lawsuit, because
Right?
Cedar Fair extended the passes out into 2021 because of COVID. So I don't see how, and I'm going to say this, I don't see how Cedar Fair didn't compensate anybody for
Yeah.
passes
Here's
from
the-
20 to 2021. I mean, hell, the wife and I got to use our drink cups from 2020 for last
yeah,
year.
the dining plan too worked.
So
Yeah.
it's like they extended everything forward for free for another year because of COVID. So it's like, why are you filing this lawsuit then?
I will say this: while I do agree it's a frivolous lawsuit, some people are complaining that they had medical issues or something that prevented them from going because they couldn't wear a mask. You know,
Like the
they had
next
that
year
policy.
too.
Yeah.
They could say, "Oh, I couldn't go the next year when it was free." So
So here's what the lawsuit is saying. What the law firm is saying: in 2020, Cedar Fair amusement parks closed early or did not open at all. But instead of giving season pass holders proportionate refunds, Cedar Fair kept 100% of their money. The class action against Cedar Fair seeks fair refunds for season pass holders who did not get what they paid for. So that's what they're talking about. And again, it's just kind of silly. I mean, basically, Cedars, you paid $99 and you got about 2.5 years worth of stuff. Get out
at
of
most. Well, if they have a platinum pass, at most they paid like $220.
right.
Like at the very most.
Ridiculous.
Per pass.
Yeah, it is kind of.
The only one making money off this thing is what's it typical with any class action lawsuit. Everyone else gets pennies, and the law firm gets all the money. I mean, that's the point of these. They're always these law firms are looking for class action suits because it's an easy way for them to make money, and everyone else gets $5 or something stupid like that.
We call those ambulance chasers.
Yes, you're right. Go ahead, Nicole.
So this isn't my general opinion, but I'm going to play devil's advocate here and kind of take up with what Dave's saying is, for the people who couldn't attend in 2021 because of a health issue, I don't understand why Cedar Fair wouldn't just refund their pass or offer them an option into the 2022 season. If someone could document that, hey, I can't go. I'm too at high risk for COVID, so that's what I think that's probably what's pushing the lawsuit forward is just simply those people who have a legitimate reason that they couldn't take advantage of that benefit that was extended.
No, I wonder if those people actually contacted Cedar Point to see if they could do that.
Right.
That's what we're wondering too.
That's what I'm wondering.
Because it is a good point, and you would think that the amount of people that would do that, they would just give them their money back. Like you're usually pretty cool about that. If you're going to go and complain and go that far step and provide documentation, hey, I can't be here or I'm not comfortable being here, then just give those few people their money back, and then everyone else is. I mean, 90% of people. They go ahead, Donnie.
But Cedar Point has always been, like as far as tickets are concerned, no refund policy, no matter what.
Right.
They would rather give you a pass or like come back. Like let's say you have a 1-day pass and you go to Cedar Point and it's rained out. They have a strict no refund policy. If you really make a stink, you might be able to get another day pass and come back another day, but they're definitely not going to give you any money back. It's just like it's like their strictest thing.
They've always been like that.
We've given many examples of how the money you to death. So it's obvious that they're not once they get it, they're not trying to give it back.
Well, yeah, it's like you have a 1-day pass, but you're mad, so we'll give you 5-day passes so you can come back and spend a bunch of money on our long nuggets and our merch. And
there's a couple of
Italian ice.
There's a couple other things about that, Donnie. I wanted to mention that if there's certain days where it does get rained out, they've done this before. That they've said you bring your old ticket back, and they'll honor it for another visit.
Right. Yep, I've heard that.
Done this before.
Yeah, I've seen that online before.
I've done it.
Yeah, they've mentioned that.
I think I've had that happen to me once, and they turn around and they actually, even as an employee, I was actually there on a ticket. I figured, what the heck, I'll do it this way. So they went on ahead. It's something happened where it was the weather was so severe they had to shut the park down. So what they did is they told the guests who had tickets for that day, they said, bring your ticket back. We will honor it for another day.
Has anyone ever had something happen at Cedar Point, like get stuck on a ride? Like I remember when I was younger, I got stuck on a ride at Disney, and or it was either I got stuck on a ride or like one of the main ones was closed down. It's been a while, but like Matterhorn or something like that, and they ended up at the entrance giving us another ticket for another day because of that. Has anyone ever had an example of that happening to them at Cedar Point? Go ahead, Dave.
Well, not necessarily, but I have got stuck on a ride there. They didn't give me anything because I was an employee at the time. We were testing out Mine Ride in the morning. They had to have in there. Then they take the sandbags out and put people in. And after they run it a few times. Well, we were on Mine Ride, and that big drop over the water, it stalled right up there and just kind of rolled back. Didn't quite make it. And so we all had to get off and walk down the staircase. Quite interesting, to do that. But
wow.
Yeah.
So I've heard that they give like passes depending on how long you get stuck. Because my middle oldest and I had the honor to do an evacuation off of Steel Vengeance last year, just on that final brake run before the station.
Nice. Because
it was the last run of the day, and it was Halloween weekend, so it was too cold. They couldn't run the trains empty. So we can't push this one in back onto the track, so we have to unload you here. So it was kind of crazy because it's a pretty big jump from the train down to the walkway, and then it's open track to the right. And so I was kind of crapping my pants. It's 12:30 in the morning, and it might have been like 1 a.m. And so we're walking up, and they took our name and email and phone numbers, but I thought we were gonna get like a front of the line pass or something. But
Yeah,
Right.
they're
it was
in the
so
mail.
cool to do.
Yeah, they're in the
Yeah.
It's in the mail. Yeah.
Go ahead, Nicole.
So I have been stuck on a couple of rides at Cedar Point. Also, like Dave, the mine train, but again, like Donnie on the final brake run there. So we were almost in the shed where the last little animatronic stuff is. And last summer we were stuck on Gemini. Probably the second thing around, just right in the beating sun. It was crazy, but and we were up there for about an hour, but neither.
I think I was there. I saw some people get evac'd off of Gemini
that was
last
probably
year.
me. I was yelling.
That was
Well,
quite
actually, we
accurate.
didn't get evac though. They started us up and we finished the ride. So
Oh, so that was the longest Gemini ride ever.
so long. And it was so hot. It was like 95 that day, and we're just like, I have lovely porcelain skin, as you can see, and I was frying like
Oh my
bacon
gosh,
out in the
for
sun.
sure.
But
Now,
and then
the wife and kids got stuck on Splash Mountain at Disney. I believe it was Splash Mountain. And they got a couple of free skip the line passes and bottles of water. And it was only like a 5-minute.
That's all we want.
You know?
Yeah,
we got
That's all we
nothing.
asked for.
you're right.
Yeah.
It's small stuff like that, Donnie. It's like the people that little stuff goes a long way to appeasing people.
Yep.
And let me just tell you one other story. We got stuck on Millennium Force halfway up the first hill.
Oof.
Oh.
Someone unbuckled their seatbelt or something like that, so the ride shut down, and we were up there for about 15 minutes.
You're talking, Nicole. You're talking about going up the lift hill, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God,
Halfway
I
up.
have a heart attack.
I was not happy.
As the steam crew back in 2016, even when we
This
looked
is
up
probably
out of
that
the
year.
when we looked up out of the cab and we saw you guys stuck, we were laying on the whistle that scared the holy bejesus out of you. The other thing we tried to do is when it came down and it hit the bottom, if the train and Millennium Force's train hit exactly right at the bottom, we hit the whistle and scare you all right then too.
That's pretty awesome.
Well, I didn't hear any train whistles because I was freaking out that we were going to roll back into the station, and I understand that it's a different kind of lift,
Right.
but an
No,
employee had to walk
that was
up.
Millennium.
Yeah.
Millennium, you won't ever get a rollback into the station because once it stops, it hits the brakes and it stays there.
So an employee had to walk up and check everybody's seatbelts again,
Right.
and then we rode.
I got to tell you, that the wife has actually gotten stuck on 2 of the rides here at Cedar Point. The one she got stuck on was on Maverick, and I think she's saying just as soon as they got up to the lift hill, it stalled.
It got stalled in the where you shoot off really fast underneath.
Yeah.
It like stalled there for a second, and then they said, "Please wait while there was something they said," and we waited like 30 minutes, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it just shoots.
They didn't give you a warning or nothing.
No.
No warning, no whatsoever, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
What was the other one you got stuck on?
It was so bad.
And then she got stuck on Vengeance too.
Our friend Ian said that if you get stuck on a coaster at Kings Island, the best they will give you is a lousy food voucher. My mom was stuck on a roller coaster.
Hey, long nuggets it's a pretty good long nugget voucher.
Chicken nuggies are fine. Huh?
3-piece long nugget meal.
You guys have to tell you something.
There you go.
I don't know why
Jesus, Donnie.
I don't know why it makes me laugh so much. But hey, I've seen when you walk by and you look up Top Thrill Dragster when you're right there at the where it goes up high.
Yeah.
That would scare the shit out of me to get stuck up on the top there. But you see the elevator, you see the stairs, but I could not imagine. Like I don't think
it's happened.
Like for me, like going out on those high dives. I went on a high diving board once, and I was too scared to go, so I came back the same way. It's scary to be out on a stairs. Go ahead, Donnie.
You're making my chest hurt. Just
Oh,
trying
no.
to like
There's
imagine it.
people-
Hold on, wait, Michael. I gotta tell you guys.
Go
this.
ahead, Donnie.
So we were talking about Millennium Force. A friend of mine had to get evacs from the lift hill. They had to walk down
No.
the lift
No.
hill. You see, I couldn't do it. If that happened to me, they'd have to like sedate me and
Millennium?
carry me down on a stretcher.
They got an
I-
elevator.
I
They
would-
actually have an elevator on Millennium that
Isn't
goes
there
up
steps
the
though
riders
that
up.
go down the
Do they
down track?
The stairs.
do they,
Dylan
Yeah,
said-
the stairs.
yeah.
do they
Right.
take everyone down one by one or something, or how would it
Yeah,
work?
one
I
or
think
two
it's-
people at a time. Yeah.
2,
You-
3 people at a time,
You'd,
something like that.
you'd have to helicopter back me like I was stuck on
Yeah.
the
Yes.
roof.
God.
Come on, bring it down. We got him.
Get to the chopper.
Yeah, but you have to have seen those videos of people being choppered out of places, like people who get hurt, like in a gorge or something, and then they're in that like board, and then they're whipped all around by that helicopter. Hell, no! Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
it's better than walking down the steps.
No, it's not.
Too much
No,
downforce.
I have a fear of heights. I couldn't do it. Like I wouldn't like my body wouldn't allow me to go down the steps. You'd have to sedate me and then carry me out. I would be like one of
Backboard
those
you
when they transport like Shamu or something. The Shamu where they put you in the little thing where they cover your eyes and they put water on you. That's what they would have to do for me.
I'd be able to do
They
it.
splash you with a water bottle. Keep them cool. Keep them cool.
seriously though, you guys remember
Yeah.
Molly told us that story about Top Thrill Dragster getting stuck at the top, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
an
Yeah,
employee
that
had to
happened.
go up and just push it
Yeah.
over. Like,
Yep. It was like
I would-
perfectly balanced at the top. It just kind of like sat there.
Barf.
And the
Perfectly
guys go up
balanced.
there and give it a push.
And people, the employee up at the top actually gives the riders the option. Do you want to go forward or do you want to roll back? And
Oh, hell no.
everybody does the roll back.
Oh yeah, you get
Yeah,
lost.
because they know
You
they're
actually-
gonna, because the thing is, if they do the rollback, they know they're gonna shoot it off again. So they're gonna get a second shot at going up the hill. It comes back up and it doesn't go over again, they're gonna go back down on another rollback. And that is
Yeah, I've seen
exactly what
I've
coastal
seen a lot of rollbacks.
They want the rollbacks.
What's
This is
that?
the most anxiety I've ever had doing the show. I'm telling you guys right now.
They coaster enthusiasts, especially with Top Throw Dragster, I've heard nothing but everybody say, if you can get a rollback, take it. It is the most
They do.
fun
They
you'll
love
ever
it.
have.
I've never
It's
been on
happened
one.
to me a
but
couple
I've-
times. Yeah,
All
you
right.
That's
roll
what they
back,
say.
Dave?
couple
ahead.
times. Usually during Hollow weekends when the weather's cold, the wheels are a little cold. You know, it won't quite make it over, and yeah.
That's
Both
why I
times-
don't ride Dragster, because I've ridden it, and it's an experience, but that fallback just there would be video of me like those people on the slingshots of me just falling out like because I would pass out. I would
For
just
sure.
have a heart attack, I think. So
I don't think you have to worry about it. Aren't they taking Dragster out anyway? That's the rumor.
Oh,
Yeah.
Come on.
That's what that
No
bulldozer was going.
confirmation on that either.
There are
That's where the bulldozer was going. And
But there
speaking
are-
of which, that's a good segue into the topic we were talking about. The dragster trains were caught on the flatbed truck getting hauled out of the park.
yeah, the photo
That's-
circulating on
I
social
saw
media
that.
showing
I saw that.
Top Thrill Dragster cars loaded up on trucks. Where are they going? What's going on? Is
Not a good sign.
still no official announcement. Like Donnie said, not a good sign though.
No,
More than likely, they're going to the Amazement Shop up off of Cleveland Road. That's the maintenance shop up there.
Yeah.
AKA Chop Shop, where they're gonna part them out.
I don't think they're going to chop them. I don't think they're going to part them out either.
Top Thrill Dragster wasn't going to be open this year anyway.
No, I know.
no.
So I just wanted to add that there are pictures of the cars going out of the park, and now there's pictures of cars coming back into the park. So I took that as a positive sign of they like Michael said, they're going to the Amazement Shop, which I'm hoping Dave can tell us a little bit about that. But they were just going, I'm thinking they're just going for some maintenance and then coming back and starting the process to reopen Top Thrill for the 2023 season. So
Yeah, I've been in the Amazement Shop. It's pretty cool in there. They got paint shop in there, everything. It's the whole 9 yards. I mean, they take all the. If people that don't know what the Amazement Shop is, it's kind of across the street from Castaway Bay's entrance there.
Yeah,
It's
tell
a additional maintenance shop that the park uses to refurbish the rides in the off season. You know, we went through there, and at the time they were doing a couple of the kids rides. I think they had what coaster was in there? I can't remember what coasters were in there at the time, but there were a few going on in there, and it was really interesting. They had the paint shop, and they have like a whole palette of all the colors they use in the park on the wall.
Awesome.
Really
Oh,
neat to
really?
see.
I
Yeah,
would like a picture of that.
I shared
Well,
some
that's where-
pictures on my site a while back. I'll throw them back up there again. But
Yeah.
they work on the
that's-
carousel horses in there. They do all kinds of stuff in there. It's really neat.
That's kind of
Well,
kind of one of the things you would see on if you went there for winter chill, which I haven't been.
Yeah.
But
That's exactly when I went in there. Was Winter
Yeah,
Chill
that's
Out,
where
yeah.
they painted the corkscrew cars a couple years ago. Have you guys noticed how nice the corkscrew looks? They
Yes,
got a full repaint like 2 years ago.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Oh.
looks good, but it's a bit of a headache machine.
So Dave,
Go
oh,
ahead,
go
Nicole.
ahead, Dave. No, I'm sorry. I was just gonna ask Dave if he could like walk us through a little bit in his ride op days, like what is the maintenance process? Like how often, because Donnie's saying like, oh, they got painted 2 years ago. Like how often does that happen? Like I just ride rides. I have recently become more of an enthusiast, so I'm loving learning about all this stuff, and you guys know so much. So
Well, they don't
Teach me.
necessarily get painted every year, but they have a pretty advanced maintenance system there. Every single night in morning actually, they do checks on all the rides. You know, maintenance goes over there and checks every square inch of that ride, checks the seat belts, the wheels, the undercarriage, the braking system, safety systems, every single day to ensure that ride is safe. I've
Donnie,
never felt unsafe on a ride there. I'll tell
Donnie,
you.
we talked to remember we talked to that maintenance guy whose only job was to walk
Bob LaRock?
Bob, Donnie,
Rob. Yeah.
Bob stayed friends with Bob after that. But when we interviewed him,
Mhm.
what was the coaster that his whole job? It took him 8 hours to walk the coaster every day.
Wasn't it like Mean Streak or something?
It was Mean Street. Like his like it took him 8 hours to walk the whole track because he had to check every single spot, and he just walked the whole thing, and that was his full 8-hour day job was to just walk the Mean Streak every day.
Well, you know, Andrew,
Wow.
on Mean Streak, it was interesting. A lot of people don't know this. They had it was like 5 or 6 full-time union carpenters that worked just on that ride. And every morning or early, they'd get up early in the morning and inspect the track. They'd have one start at the beginning of the ride, one start at the end of the ride. They'd do it and they'd meet in the middle. You know,
Wow,
'cause it
that's
was such a mammoth ride and it took forever to cover the whole thing. So
that's four full-time carpenters, and that's a skilled trade. That's not, we're not talking $10 an hour doing
Right.
that job.
no.
So that's insane. That's really
Yeah.
interesting.
Gotta
You
say,
know, like they said, when you build a wood coaster, you're never done building it. It's just
that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta say hi to Ian and Landon and our friend Fina from the Philippines is hanging out. With our family.
Hey, Fina, what's up?
Landon's watching on YouTube, which we do appreciate.
Yes.
Well,
Awesome.
thanks, you guys. We appreciate you listening. Hopefully, you guys will comment, like, share, do all that fun stuff, and check out our Facebook page as well, the Cedar Point Podcast. And you guys can like that as well for some fun stuff on there. So if you guys could help us out any way you can, we appreciate it. It gets us out to more people, which we do appreciate. What is the one thing that you're looking forward to, or the first thing you're going to do when you get to the park for the first time this season?
what is going to be the first coaster?
What's that, Dylan?
What's going to be the first coaster?
Yeah, all
I
right.
think I know what ours is going to be.
What?
I'm pretty sure ours will be Gemini, most likely, because it's like the one ride that everybody rides in my family. So that either that or Ocean Motion. That's kind of those two rides are our like everybody get on.
Ocean Motion?
Yeah, love Ocean Motion.
And
So we're
Is that
planning
like-
like a
What is that one again? Is that remind me of? I should
That's
know
the
what that
boat.
is.
That's
Yeah,
the
that's
boat
the
over
boat.
by a
the
gatekeeper.
pirate ship.
when you first
Oh,
walk,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
First
I guess
walk
I
in-
didn't know the name of it.
first walk in off to the right.
Oh,
Yep.
underrated ride for sure.
I know what the heck I'm doing, though. I
So
know exactly what I'm doing.
what is it, Michael?
I'm going to the Legacy Walk and going to visit my adopted mother's brick.
Aw.
That's a good
Aw.
one.
Send us a picture in the group
if
chat
you
when you
look,
do that.
it's right around the
It's gonna-
C. It's at the top left. I think either 3 or 6 rows up. It says in loving memory of Patsy Ruckman, and it has her birth date and death date.
No.
All right.
Usually I go.
Yeah.
When I go up there, I go to my mother. Basically, that's how I immortalize my adopted mother.
Well, I don't know if Donnie told you guys, but he told me before that when he passes away, that his funeral will be at Cedar Point. He will be cremated, and he will be put in the dusting with funnel cake. So it's going to be funnel cake, but also a little bit of Donnie in every funnel cake.
Nice.
At the ceremony. So everyone's going to get a piece of Donnie home with them.
Bones and put me in Boneville, I think.
Yeah. You are,
I thought
The
I have an
viewing
idea
will be at
for
the
you,
You Are
Boneville,
Gay.
Donnie B. I have an idea for you.
Dude, wouldn't that be a great idea? Just take your real skeleton bones and you can they build you into
We need to
Boneville
put
forever.
Israel Bones
be in the
in
outhouse.
the outhouse. And we need to do what the urban legend was, what somebody did at that out with the skeleton in the outhouse, but I'm not really going to say what it is because I'm going to keep it family friendly here. But there's
Or they
two
can
urban
have them
legends in
on the
Boneville
fence.
that I know about that I'm not going to really say. I'll put them up in the chat though.
What's up, Dave?
Or they could put him on the fence. You know, that stuff looks like he's doing something to the fence. You know,
Better idea.
Okay, every year that animatronic, I'm like, this cannot be okay. This is like a family ride, and it does not look like it does not look like he's climbing that fence with his hair.
You think that animatronic's not, you think that's not okay, Nicole? I pointed that out to my daughter's fiance when I first met him. I told him, "You mess with my daughter, that's going to be you." That guy, I'm like, that's going to be you and me with the gun.
We don't want your son-in-law to be humping any fences.
Right.
That's not what we
Under the
want.
fence, I guess.
Trying to climb out and climb over the fence and get away from the dad with the gun.
That's not what it looks
That's what he's doing. That changes the whole
That's what
narrative.
he's doing.
Okay. Oh.
He's trying to climb the fence and get over it to get away with the dad shooting the gun.
You know that.
oh
Hey,
yeah.
I know that. I knew that as a father.
I figured it was. Actually, I thought it was a little more sordid than that. I thought maybe it was
No,
not
It's
a
It's actually
dad
true. That's what it
situation.
is.
It was a.
Hey Michael, I got
husband.
a throwback for you. Remember BIYC on the moonshine still?
Yeah, I did see it, but I never on the train. I did see it on the train, but I never knew what it meant.
It means Big Island Yacht Club, which was Louis, the loaner of Louis.
Right.
It had something to do with him. I guess he owned some kind of yacht or yacht club or something somewhere. It was Big Island Yacht Club, and it was kind of like an homage to him. And
Oh, now that's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool. You know, that right there is when I said that, because you see the ladder with the daughter sneaking out the bedroom. Dad knows she's sneaking out. Boyfriend's trying to jump over the fence and get away from dad, shooting the gun at him. I told my daughter, "There's you, there's Ian," and I'm like, "And there's me with the gun."
Let's not bring Ian into this. He's just a nice fan here on our Facebook page watching.
No, I'm talking about my daughter's. I'm talking about my 18-year-old fiance.
Oh, that's not him.
He's cool. He's cool though.
Different Ian. All right. Well,
where do we go from
still
here?
with us.
he's still with us.
So I wanted to just say really quick about what I'm going to do first. So
Yeah.
at this point, the semi plan is that myself and my sister and my children and my dad are going on Mother's Day, and we are already plotting our course. So we're going to early entry, and we're going right to Millennium Force, and then back to Steel Engine.
That's all the way in the back. Woo!
Millennium Force isn't in the back. What are you talking about?
I thought
Millie's right there by the train, by the main
It's in the middle
station.
of the
I
park.
thought it was in the back, like near the. Or it's quite a walk. I remember.
No,
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Millie's right there by main station.
So Carrie is asking if everyone is at Cedar Point right now. I wish we were. Carrie says she's
No,
on the watching on YouTube. She says she's going on the 6th. So
I wish I knew when I was.
Six. That's Ohio State Day. That's Friday.
Oh, okay. That's the Ohio State.
You got
And then
Andrew. You
Magnum
got to
is my
put
favorite.
Ian's comment back up. 1 week and
Ian
I'm in
says one
Australia.
week.
Now
Week I'm
crazy
in
boy.
Australia, now crazy boyfriend. What the heck?
What does that mean?
So Ian, a few weeks ago, if you guys remember, I incorrectly identified him as a fan from Australia because we had someone watching from Australia, and I was like, "That was Ian, right?" And he's like, "No, I'm in Pennsylvania."
Oh, boy.
And now he's a crazy boyfriend. Fence humping.
What'll it-
Sorry, Ian.
What will Ian be next week? Who knows? Just tune in.
Carrie's saying her fiance works at Cedar Point. Hey, don't feel bad, Carrie. I'm over at Castaway Bay.
Well, and she also said this is kind of interesting that it's also the 6th. Not only is it Ohio State Day, but it's also Cedar Point Employee Appreciation Day for family and friends.
Yeah.
To now, do they have to pay? They don't get them free, right? It's just family and friends.
Family and
Usually
friends
free in
probably
the
do.
past. I think they get so many tickets that were free per employee, and they can distribute out. At least that's how it was that I remember.
Right. Okay, that's
I think
interesting.
that's how that went.
Yeah.
All right.
But opening day, I'm running. You guys are going to be surprised. I'm going to run right to the kite eating tree. That's got to do.
Is that your jam right there?
That's my jam.
But what?
The
Kite eating tree. You don't know about the kite eating tree?
What is that?
Yeah.
Camp
I don't know.
Snoopy. It's
All
like
these
the
years
frog
I've
Planet.
hopper
seen
ride.
that.
Oh
With the
yeah,
tree and the kite.
Well,
Yeah.
kite eating tree is in Planet Snoopy.
That's
and
my son's favorite.
mail ride is in
Oh,
Planet.
that.
Yeah, my son, he loves that ride, so we got to do that first. But then
It's
gonna be
actually
Steel
pretty
Bender
intense.
Crazy.
Oh, it's a okay.
It's-
but
It's pretty intense for a kid ride though. If you watch the kids crap their
It
pants
is,
on it,
actually,
it's
yeah.
a really good ride for kids.
My youngest, who's going to be 4, she loves just all the spinny rides or the round ride. I'm not spinny, in circle rides right there at the beginning. I mean, she'll go from the motorcycles to the helicopters
beep, beep.
to the the beep,
Yeah.
beep rides. She loves those rides, and I love how Cedar Point has kept those there all these years, because I'm sure that there's other stuff they can do there, because they got that area, and then you got the Planet Snoopy and Camp Snoopy, all kind of for kids, which is cool.
Well, that's they have to keep them there because that's how they get the people hooked. They get the kids hooked. You got to start them early, otherwise it's impossible to work your way to those big crazy rides. So you start when you're 2-3 years old on those little rides, and you just never stop. So you got a little ride warrior on your hands.
I know.
Yeah, you're going to be, and Andrew, by the time you're done, you're going to be saying, "Kill me," because Kitty Kingdom is nicknamed "Kill Me Kingdom."
Why?
Because the write-ups, because kids don't listen.
It's more so the parents than the kids that are bad.
That too,
Right.
and that's
You
why
know,
that's why a few of my old friends that used to work Kitty Kingdom literally told me they should rename it to Kill Me Kingdom, because that's exactly what needs to be done.
Well,
Yeah,
those were just a couple of bad apples with bad attitudes. Everyone there loves my children. Right there.
Which I can see what you're saying, Michael. I mean, if you're a young kid, point, and you're not the most patient when it comes to other kids, because you're still young. Like you're not thinking about having kids and all that. So it's almost that area is like babysitting. It's really
exactly
glorified
that's why.
babysitting. And I guess it could, if you're a young kid, could be a pain in the ass, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I worked there a couple days in the past, and it was the parents that made it a nightmare. Believe it.
Well, there's a lot of. Sorry, Dave. Go ahead.
Which I understand, being a parent, you want to make sure your kids buckled in correctly and all that, but that's your job, is to do that. And then in addition to that, you have to hear that beep, 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 beep.
Oh God, yeah.
That's rough on a hangover.
You go to bed at night, that's what you hear. It's just like, oh.
like when Molly said, that if you have the employee with the hat pulled down, the sunglasses on, and then the added part is it's 80 degrees out and they're wearing the jacket too. They just want to cover themselves as much as possible. You're like, hung out a little too hard.
Yeah.
And then you got to be in Kitty Kingdom dealing with kids and the beep beep. Oh Lord.
So Andrew, I have a question. So you're almost 4-year-old. She's your youngest, but you have 4 older ones. Are they riders? Will we get to see them this summer?
Yeah, they're all right. They're all writers. And I think the point is the cool thing that we can all do together, because as we have 15-year-olds, we have a 13-year-old, we have 11-year-old. Hanging out is not, especially with 15-year-olds, hanging out with us is not really the coolest thing to do. But I think at Cedar Point, everyone can kind of get together and and so that's and like I said, I want to get the RV renovated so we can take the RV down.
Yes.
It's time.
I
Bonnie,
would hang out with you, Andrew.
you all right, Dylan? You're coming.
We got to get a big photo. We got to get a picture with all of us at one of these.
Yes.
times.
And why don't
Well,
you
we'll
have
have
to
an
go
RV,
to Castaway Bay and do that photo for crying out loud?
We're gonna do the Castaway Bay because Michael's gonna be in his long nugget outfit.
Featuring
No,
long
I'm
nuggets.
just
That's
gonna
right.
actually hold up. Castaway Bay, I was just up there. They're actually paving the entire parking lot. They're redoing that right now. But I've also found out that the uniforms for us at Castaway, they're all brand new this year, and they're all being held on site at Castaway. We don't have to go to wardrobe anymore.
Oh,
that's good.
We don't know what that means though, Dave.
yeah.
Okay, wardrobe's in the back of the park where Lennon Services is.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Past years, we'd have to go back to wardrobe just to get our chef jackets and our chef pants just to be able to work at Castaway. Not this
Oh.
year. We have the uniforms for Castaway Bay are all brand new and they're on site at Castaway
Now,
Bay.
do you have to wash them, or do you send them to Linen Services?
That I don't know just yet. I got to go back between 10 and 2 and get fitted for it.
But that is interesting to know because every ride kind of has their own uniform. So I guess Dave, you come in your own clothes to Cedar Point, and then you go to wardrobe.
Yeah, which is actually right behind Scrambler. Right there, you'll see a little building. There's that gate right there that goes to the backstage area.
Yeah, well,
There's a building right there.
Walk us through the beginning. So your employee, you drive in, you go in the regular gate. There's an employee entrance.
There's employee entrances. You can go around the back. The
Okay.
bus typically dropped you off if you took the bus. That is over where Cedars used to be, the old red employee housing building.
Right there by Blue
Where
Street.
the drop-off point was. And you could go to wardrobe. You could cross the midway, go right into wardrobe, and you turn in your older uniform, and they give you a clean one. You get, I think, 2 or 3 uniforms. I can't remember what it is now, but
They allowed you to turn in 2 uniforms and get 2 back.
yeah, it was something like that. But one of the years I worked there is interesting because we didn't have normal uniforms. I worked on disaster transport,
Mhm.
and
You had
in the
hot
earlier days,
jumpsuit.
we had like the flight top on. It was like a white shirt with the things on it, like pilots have.
Yeah.
And long pants. We had to wear those. And so our uniforms were quite different than everyone else's. So it was kind of
awesome.
Yeah.
You guys were like Top Gun,
Yeah.
strutting down the midway.
Like Maverick. Yeah.
Sorry, I got my
Sounds like
wings.
it too.
So everyone, when you work the same rides, like you don't rotate, then you work the same ride, the whole whatever you're hired into.
Certain rides you work just the ride. Like a lot of the major coasters, you're just on that ride. But like other rides have what they call a triangle. Like Matterhorn, I think it was Matterhorn, Scrambler, and I think it was Dodgems when the Dodge bumper cars were right there at the time. All 3 of them, they kind of rotated. They do like, I don't know, an hour at one ride, then they'd rotate to the next ride, and everybody did that.
Right. Interesting. I like that.
Do you ever get to like hype up the people that come on the ride, like those people that I can't hear you? Are you ready? Like, you
weren't really supposed to do that. You're supposed to just do the safety spiel, and that, so people heard that. And then a lot of the rides have music playing, so.
So you're not actually supposed to get everybody pumped up.
No,
So,
they kind of fringed on that. They didn't really like that. They just wanted you to do the safety spiel.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah. Yep.
So I love that when they're like, we're going to take you up 160 feet and we're going to drop you 152 feet.
There's little things
that's
like
the best
that.
part.
Yeah, there's little
love
things
that.
like that. But like when you're doing like the Himalaya or something, like, all right, we're going to give you a blast from the past. Like they do at the carnivals and they're going around, stuff like that. We didn't do things like that.
The darn clown.
I'm thinking about Gemini specifically because I spent a lot of nights, Gemini was the place to be in the 80s. 90s. So
yeah,
just saying that. And that was always the fun part. They would be like hyping everybody up, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's different for each ride. I think, like you said, like disaster transport didn't really, because it was more of a theme. So Gemini, I think you have a little bit more leeway.
Oh, I think okay. So I think Nicole, what Dave was saying, just for disaster transport, he wasn't hyping it up. But I think Nicole's saying, she was asking the other rides that do that, they're allowed to do that, right? Because there are some rides that do. You're saying you weren't, Dave, or are you saying as a park doesn't want you to do it on any of the rides?
Well, they want you to kind of stick to the safety spiel because they want people to really pay attention to the safety spiel, make sure they're following directions. I mean, you can throw your own little, things in here and there, to make it funny, and that, but
I've
they
seen
didn't
that
like
before.
going off script too much.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So let's do Dave's coaster of the week. Dave, what do you got for us?
I got Maverick this week.
Yeah.
Opened in 2007. I opened a little late because they had an issue with one of the portions of track had an inline twist in it that was apparently too violent. So they had to remove that and replace that whole section of track with it. But unpopular decision. I'm probably going to get a lot of hate feedback for this, but I don't like Maverick.
Oh no!
Oh, wow.
Couple things. I think the seats are
Do
uncomfortable. And two, I just don't understand why they launch you out of a tunnel right into a set of brakes. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
But,
I wanted to see the inside of that tunnel. That's one of the things at Winter Chill Out I'd like to see.
yeah. I mean, I get why a lot of people like it. It's got all those like serpentine turns and all that. It looks a lot of fun. But to me, the seat is uncomfortable. And that launching right into the brake just kind of confuses me. I don't get that.
Yeah.
But,
All right.
I love those seats.
Really?
I love those seats. I love that restraint because it's like kind of soft but secure. And
the restraint doesn't bother me. It's the actual molded seat. It's just I find that uncomfortable for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maverick. All right. Maverick.
I rode Maverick. That's one of the roller coasters I rode with Andrew. I rode a couple with Andrew.
Yep.
Me and Andrew rode that together 12 years ago.
12 years ago. Whoa.
We were Top Thrill together, right, Donnie? Wasn't that one of them?
I think so. Top Thrill, Maverick.
Yeah, they walked us onto the rides, which was super fun, and we get to stay in a hotel a couple days. We stayed a couple nights, right?
We stayed at Breakers before the Reno. Yeah,
it was like 2 nights, right? I think we scammed another night out of them. They were only going to give us one, and we scammed another night out of them.
You guys have to picture Andrew like once he found out there was an employee entrance over by the restrooms. He like because the Annie, what was her name? Annie Zellner, the Tony Clark of 12 years ago.
Right.
She walked us in the employee entrance like once. So Andrew like made sure everyone saw us and then just used that entrance for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, from Breakers to the employee entrance. That's how I got there every single time.
Just a head nod. Just a
it's
me, guys. Remember us?
I did. It was awesome.
Real quick, too, I wanted to show you something I found. This old Cedar Point can.
Oh my God.
What?
What's
Cedar Point in there?
Can of what?
Can of Cedar Point.
Can of long
It's empty. There's never anything in it. I think this was from one of the games, like that beanbag game where you got to throw the beanbag and knock the cans down.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
From back in the day. I think this is what that's from.
That's cool. That is a cool piece of
Cedar Point in the ceiling. That was just a can of Cedar Point air.
Yeah, it's got the old logo on here and the old font and all that. I think it's pretty cool.
If you listen close, hold it up to the speaker. I want to hear some screams.
Oh my gosh. That's what I'm looking forward to.
1 can of Cedar Point screams.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear the screams. That's what I'm excited about. I'm so ready. It's been a little quiet on the news front in Cedar Point land, but I think we're all just like holding our breath. And I do want to say, I don't want to discourage anybody, but the weather looks terrible opening weekend.
No.
So it's
the other day.
It's in the
Maybe some
50s.
severe storms too, Nicole.
Yes. Calls for
I think
90% chance of rain right now on Sunday, on Mother's Day.
Really?
There's a guy on YouTube called Ryan Hall, y'all. I was watching his video of the next week of weather coming up. Yeah, it's not looking good. There's severe storms out west, but as soon as he got to where we were, there were severe storms coming up here too. So just be weather aware while you're out there. Watch the skies at all times if possible.
Real quick on a side note, you guys, has anyone ever gone to the what is it, the Carousel Museum in Sandusky, because I've always wanted to go check it out. You guys know what I'm talking about or not?
Yeah.
Never been there, but I know about it. Yeah.
I know where it is. It's right
Yeah.
there. It's right there downtown, but I've never been there either.
I've never had. I didn't know if anyone had gone and if it was cool or not. Because I mean, it seems like it'd kind of be cool, but then you're like, if we're just looking at horses, the kids might not like that. I don't know.
Well,
Is
you
it-
know the woodworker on the
I'll-
Frontier Trail?
Well,
He actually works in there in the wintertime.
Oh,
I
really?
got to talking to him one day, and he was telling me about, he works in the Carousel Museum in the off season.
That
Oh,
looks really cool.
yeah. No, it does look cool. I've always wanted to do it, but it's no way it's as cool as Cedar. Every time we take it out,
Right.
and we
I'll defer to my wife on that one. I'll let her tell you, Andrew.
what?
The Carousel Museum.
I personally like it because honestly, it was something that I've never experienced. But like, it all depends on the kids' ages. I mean, I took my oldest son, and I just took my youngest one, which is 1, and he loved it. So, and they're like 12 and 1.
Okay. Oh, good. Okay. All right.
Cute.
Well, thank you. All right. Thank you, Michael. All right. Thank you, Michael. Hey, you guys 1 week. 1 week, 8 days.
One more.
Here we go, babies.
There we go.
Final countdown.
So
Yeah.
we'll be live on Friday, May 6th. We'll doing the podcast, so everybody join us there. But then we'll have live reports, not live reports, but we'll get everybody's
Oh my God.
experiences the next Friday. So
Yeah, what's going to happen? I guess I asked this question already, but what's going to happen with the podcast once it opens? I'm wondering.
what do you think, Dylan? We're gonna be tearing it up.
Chugging along, Dylan.
Keep on rolling.
That's
This is
prime time.
this is our time to shine, Dylan. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
when it really.
Because this is like my highlight of the week. I love this
Aw,
thing.
We love
Ever
you.
since I started doing it.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Dylan. We love you, man.
And I'll tell you guys this: if any of you guys are at Castaway Bay and I'm there, come see me.
Yeah,
We're
absolutely.
gonna.
Make sure we got long nuggets. We'll come see you.
Long-
We're not.
At least just come say hi to me. I mean, God,
I will. I'll be
you guys in
there.
person too.
Oh, yeah, Donnie's staying there. All right, you guys, we're getting crazy now. Donnie P, thank you so much. Dave, Chapman, Nicole, Dylan, Michael, I'm Andrew Z, Michael's wife. You guys are awesome. Thank you to Nicole for executive producing the show. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Peace.